My life is not where I want it to be, but where it goes from here is up to me. My life will not be defined by the bad choices that I made or could make. It will be defined by my willingness to give back more than I take. So no matter how great my sorrow or strife, I will always take the time to live, love, and enjoy life. So this is my call to action to any and everyone who cares. Find a kid in need and just find a way to be there. When you call a kid, mean it. Don't label them as an adult when it's convenient. Don't give up or throw them away, because that's what made it possible for me to be here today. Thank you.
Infinity. In its simplest definition, it simply means without limit. It's not a destination, it's not a size. Now, mathematical abstraction is one thing, but where does infinity manifest itself in the real world?
Right now, this is like an educational based yard, so what I've noticed since I've been here, when they see the freedom here and the opportunities to grow, once they set into it and like see the different programs and how much the staff let us come out to program, they adapt, and it helps the mind state. Like, I want to go to school, or I want to go to this class, or I want to try to get in the computer lab to learn.
And at the wardens meeting, we all got in the corner and we talked about TEDx.
And we said, really? Not really knowing what it was, but we knew it was something good and we wanted to be a part of it.
It was 10 of us. We set out to make the whole thing happen from our perspective. All of us stayed up late at nights figuring it out, coming together with all our ideas.
Speakers, a couple quick notes. Enter on this side, exit on this side, and your clock. Obviously don't be staring at it, but your 6-minute clock is right here.
My name is Mark Anthony Taylor, and I consider it an honor and a privilege to be on this stage.
Thank you, Mark. Greetings, everyone. My name is Stephen Doobie, and it is a real privilege to MC today's exciting event.
For this to happen in prison is historic. Something like this, you wouldn't think of happening back in the early 80s or 90s. And for it to happen now, it's really historic, and it makes people really realize just how much prison has changed, but it's been beneficial with rehabilitation.
Like a lot of the times, the education that's been put into these inmates here on the yard, it helps them make a better choice. And for them to be a part of TEDx, it gives them something positive to look into. Like, I was a part of it, I made that happen. So now they can like have a little bit of hope that they can do something better.
I hope that everybody takes advantage of the opportunities that we are affording you to be able to bring the R back to CDCR. So welcome and thank you on behalf of the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. Thank you.
In collaboration with Ms. Cohen, a core group of prisoners went above and beyond to organize today's event. The dignified manner in which these men conquered a mountain of seemingly insurmountable obstacles has reignited my belief in the resilience of the human spirit. Core team, please know that your hard work is appreciated.
It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Scott Budnick, founder of the Anti-Recidivism Coalition, along with Sir Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group.
If you give people a second chance, they can do great things. So I think as many companies as possible, need to get out there and take people on and give them a chance. And I think they'll be surprised how successful it is.
Give me your attention, baby. I gotta tell you a little something about yourself. You're wonderful, flawless, ooh, you a sexy lady. But you walk around here like you wanna be someone else.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mrs. Ellen Rutledge, Dr. Robert K. Ross. From the Ford Foundation, Dr. Doug Woods, Mr. Marquise Clark, United States Congressman, Mr. Tony Cardenas, Mr. Sean Wilson. The former Secretary of CDCR, Mr. Matt Cate, the District Attorney of San Francisco, Mr. George Gascon, Dr. Sean Stevenson.
You wouldn't ask why the rose that grew from the concrete had damaged petals. On the contrary, we would all celebrate its tenacity. We would all love its will to reach the sun. Well, we are the roses. This is the concrete, and these are my damaged petals. My name is Bertrand Thompson.
He's me. He's you. He's all of us who see education as transformative, as reinventing, and as redemption.
I've met so many people that are so extremely successful and famous that are in prison because they're stuck in their minds, bullying themselves, pitying themselves. True freedom is dropping down out of that mind, and what my wife has taught me is drop into your heart. It's sending emotional possibilities, infinite possibilities of choice in our behavior, in our life, in our attitude. When you love yourself, whether you're sleeping on a prison cot or in a mansion, when you love yourself, when you learn to master your emotions, then and only then are you free.
This next young man is our valedictorian at this year's college graduation, Mr. Sean Wilson.
So I created this reality, and I sold my youth for nothing. I tried to adapt to this prison culture as a coping mechanism of some sort. It didn't work. So I knew I had to give myself a chance. But how? How did I get to a point of taking a gun and robbing you? It takes a person with no sense of self-value not to see how low this is. And it was fear that had robbed me of mine, and ultimately my future. But what this did, this helped me realize that for the first time in my life, I could do something that was beyond my capability, and it inspired me to dream beyond these walls and anything else. So my thing is for everybody to face their fears and learn how to conquer them, because otherwise you'll lose a lot more in your life if you don't.